Hello. So today I want to talk to you guys about more videos or cartoons from my past. I want to talk about the ones that showed up on MTV around the late 90s. This would have been mostly in my college years. MTV's oddities and stuff like that. So start with the Maxx. So the Maxx I really enjoyed. This was the time when I was into like weird stuff. So the Maxx was a cartoon on MTV. It was weird, so obviously I'm gonna like it. I have gone back and rewatched it, and it is enjoyable, and I'm glad to have seen it. Even though I really don't know how it ends, I'm wondering if maybe it continues on in the comics. But I don't know. I've never done too much research into it. But it does seem to leave off like it can continue on. Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead were obviously earlier than the late 90s. They started in the early 90s. But I never got into them until I was in college. And when I did, I loved them. And one of the things about being in college was we had MTV on all the time. That was pretty much the only channel we watched. So every once in a while, it would go through and have a marathon for Beavis and Butthead, which was awesome. So you'd sit down and just watch it. And obviously, they're not too long. So once one was over, you was always hoping that right after that there'd be another one. And sure enough, there was. So I've gone back and rewatched them. And they are not anything that I need to watch again, except for the nostalgia to take me back. Like, this is something I loved at the time. It made me happy at the time. I'm watching it just to take me back. But, like, if I'm watching them for the very first time now, I don't need to watch them. I don't have the mind of a 14-year-old. So, when I was in college, they were a blast. And something that branched out of Beavis and Butthead was Daria. Now, Daria was a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit deeper than Beavis and Butthead. And right around like 2001, 2002, I think I went and downloaded like every single episode of Daria. So I probably have them burnt onto a CD or DVD somewhere. But I remembered at the time that, yeah, it did have some dumb stuff in it. Some, like the dumb jock in there was too stupid to be alive. But for the most part, it was pretty entertaining because the heroes, or what's the female hero called? Heroines. They were dark, and they were grunge, and they were goth and stuff like that. So I liked that. I liked that at the time. So I don't think I would be able to sit down and watch it now. I think I would be bored. And at the time, I think I did watch everything that they came out with. So they came out with like 2 TV movies afterwards. Like, is it fall yet, or is it college yet, or whatever? I think there's 2 of them, and I watched them both. So the last one I want to talk about is Aeon Flux. Aeon Flux, I know that there's other MTV oddities, but I never really got into them. Like, there was the Head, and I don't know, there may have been more, but so I never got into those. Aeon Flux, though, was awesome. And it was weird, and I loved the music. And every single one you watched was like, how on earth did they come up with this? And I always wanted the guy to that created it, did he come out with more? What was he doing with his life if not continuing on this series or coming out with something else where his creativity was like on display? But from what I could tell, he didn't do too much more like writing and stuff like that after that, which was a shame. But I did enjoy the MTV episodes of Aeon Flux. I didn't particularly care for the shorts though, because she died in every one of those, and I didn't think that they were too good. But I really did like the episodes where they actually had a plot and characters and whatnot. So I have since gone back through and rewatched all the episodes, and similar to like Beavis and Butthead and the Maxx, it's not something I need to watch all the time, but I did go through and enjoy rewatching those. I think they are a little dated, but I did enjoy rewatching those. I did like the movie for taking me back to that world. I don't think that it was as weird as it could be. I didn't think the plot was as... The plot could have been better. I think they could have come out with a few sequels to take us back to that world. I think I've only seen the movie twice. And I don't want to talk too much about the movie, even though I'm already talking about the movie. The thing with the cartoon is that at the end of every episode, like, nothing changes. Except for that last episode. Am I right? But as for the movie, I think they ended it when I think they could have set it up so that we could have more movies go back to that universe without having to destroy the universe like they did in the movie. But that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the cartoons from my youth, MTV edition.